What do you want to be when you grow up? The same thing. What do you want to be in 5 years? I need it for those of us who have a bit of clarity, just drop it so I can take it from there. Because the reason why this question is very important is to realize where you want to end up. If I tell myself I want to be a realtor that creates multi-millionaire realtor, 8-figure realtor, the question I would ask myself, who do I need to be able to create 8-figure realtors? It means I need to be better at communication. I need to be a better mentor. I need to provide opportunities and platforms that will help these people. I need to keep engaging and keep pushing the boundaries for them and with them. And I also need to actually look at what product can I offer them that they can leverage on to create the 8-figure that we have set a vision towards achieving. You can see how, first of all, defining the vision helps you to plan your strategy. Because I know that I need to be a better communicator. I need to be a better mentor. So what do I need to do? I need to ask myself, what training do I need to go for so that I can actually become a better communicator, I can become a better mentor. And then he said, if I'm providing products for them to also leverage on, then the question I would ask is, how do I make sure that going forward, some of the challenges we've had with our product never occur again, so that these people that are working with to create 8-figure can actually reach their destination with ease and with help. For me, you can see that how my singular vision actually determines what I will do with myself, for myself, and then what I will achieve. And the same thing for you. What should that? Do you have any comments on that? I like to get comment so that the class is a bit interactive. I want the card, not yet. Go there. If you're in the class, I'm going to just try to, if you're in the class today, sorry? Yeah, you can use the Q&A. You can use the Q&A. Please use the Q&A. Use the Q&A. Use the Q&A. Just if you're in that class, what is the vision? Let's say 5 years. Let's say 10 years. Just put it there. It's specific. I told you that my vision is 200 realtors who would earn 8-figure on an annual basis starting from 2025. That is my vision. And one of the fallout of that vision is what you have here. So I hope you keep writing down. Once you see any comment, just call my attention to it. Then I will use that example because it's also a kind of mentorship session. Because we're going to use that and we're going to work with you. The first person that drops what their goal is 5 or 10 years, we're going to take it and we're going to ask ourselves, if this person wants to have this, what does he or she need to do to achieve that? We can actually bring the person forward and have that engagement online. The person is willing to do that. So the other question is to have called strategy. We already spoke about the vision. What do you want to be in 5 years? If we were describing what you're doing in 5 years, in 6 years, in 7 years, what would it be? I've told you what I want to do. You need to tell me what you want to do. And we'll ask ourselves, what do you need to do now to make sure that in 5 years you get to that point? Then the second part of our setting the goal, let me go to another screen, is to have what you call strategic goal. Strategic goal. I hope the board is clear enough. Is it clear enough? Yeah. Somebody had dropped it on. We'll come back to that comment. Now, strategic goal is what are the milestones? If you say, look, I want to build a brokerage firm, the vision is to have a brokerage firm that does 200 million in commission, earn commission in 3 years. Now you want to now break it down. So what are those goals you have? Let's look at when they go there. Basic goals that you need to. Number one, strategic goals is, if you talk about the vision, what do you want to be? Where you go. And this is what I would advise when you're crafting your vision. You need to vision that drives you, that inspires you. For me now, I've realized that if I'm able to create 200 people who are multi-millionaires directly because of the product I offer them, the platform I offer them, the training, the mentorship, the engagement, then I will feel fulfilled. It drives me because by the time I've created 200 people, it means I must actually have pushed myself to do more. So it must inspire you. And then that's number one. Number two is what you call number two. Strategic goals. What are strategic goals? Those are, we use that word. But what I mean by that is those are milestones. Those are goals that you can break down to say, what are the numbers that I need to strive for? Number one is this. One, your revenue. Now, let me ask for the realtors in the class, right? For the realtors in the class, I'd like to ask you a question. Please keep going back to that classroom. I think we've had more people coming into the group. Some people might not be able to drop it in the WhatsApp chat so that they can drop. And then if you're having value, because the class seems very quiet, we get it value. Because I'm feeling like I'm not feeling the class yet. Are we getting value? I need you to, show me that you're getting value. Show me that you're getting value. Show me that you're getting value. Are we getting value? Go share, go invite your friend. Please, one of the things we're going to do during this class is we're going to drop the link to our YouTube page. We need you to subscribe to our YouTube page. So you can click on it. Follow the link. We're going to be dropping this video, this recorded version of that video will be there. Now, we of course, you have the vision. What are those strategic goals that you need? Number one, you need revenue targets. Number two, let me just write down customer you want to serve. Then you need your reach or distribution. And then lastly, what are your strategy or targets? There are 4 things that fall under what your strategic goals should be. And these are the I don't know if this is visible at all. The first thing you want to do is, you set your vision. What is your revenue target? It's shocking that I meet a lot of realtors, and I would ask them, what is your goal for 2025? Let's assume that we're already at the end of 2024. If you want to be a figure realtor, you must have that goal. It is only the goal that you have that you will achieve. So go put it. I need you to do me a favor. If you're in the class today, drop it in the class and ask, this is my goal for 2025. And there's still a lot of time in 2024. I want to do 10 million. I want to do 20 million. I want to do 30 million. I want to do 40 million. I want to do 50 million. I want to do 100 million. I need you to drop it. That is the first thing. Most people never define that. And when they don't define that, they're shocked that they don't do any figure. So the first step in actually setting those goals that will take you towards being a figure realtor is to define the revenue you want to earn. I don't know if this is very clear. What is the revenue you want to earn? Because it determines everything you do. If you decide, for example, let's start with the revenue. If you decide to do that, I want to earn 20 million in revenue. Do we have to put up in that figure? Give me a figure of that. 10 million in deal. This is it. Now, I hope the 10 million is commission, not in transaction. You cannot be in this class if that is transaction volume because you earn about 4 or 5%. So you will go out of that class if your total deal size that you're considering 10 million. And then at least in commission, this is what is going to come to you. And whoever you are in class, I need you to know something that you cannot afford to think that this is not doable. We have coppers, we have people who are still in school who are doing this kind of volume. I'm sure that we'll have opportunity to share. So what's the comment?
Yes, sir. It's
commission, fantastic. So don't worry about going out this particular class. So let's start. If your target for next year, drop that. Fantastic. If your target is 10 million, then the next question along the revenue stream is target is 10 million. How much product do I need to sell to get 10 million? Remember, let's use if your commission is 4%. For example, this is clear on the screen. If your commission is it clear? Okay, I'm going to come back to this one. Let me just go to another page. So let's say your commission is 4%. Right? And you see this 4%. It means that if you sell property worth 100 million, you are going to earn 4 million. Am I correct? I'm correct, right? So what it means is, remember, you have set the goal of 10 million. So how do you, this 4 million, how do you make 4 million? It means that you need to, at 4%, you need to sell 250 million naira one. Get 10 million. 10 million. Or you may want to push it a bit and say, you know what, my target now, you can see how, first of all, setting your revenue is not about revenue. It's not about revenue. Setting your revenue goal of 10 million. This is the target. 10 million is the target. And you are collecting commission of 4%, or let's say use 5%, or whatever it's commission that you're collecting. So you know that I want 10 million, and I'm going to get 4% of anything. It means that for me to get 4%, for me to hit my target of 10 million, I need to sell a property that is 250 million. That's where we start. So I need you to do me a favor. particularly if you are in this class and you are a realtor, you want to go back to that drawing board and say, oh, now that I know, I need to sell to 50 at 4%. If the product you're selling gives higher commission at 10 million, let's say the product you're selling is 10% commission, then you now say, okay, no, I need to sell 100 million to get 10 million. So this is what I would, and so I don't know if we understand. Do you understand the mathematics there? We have comments. Is this whole calculation very clear? So you can see how once you set your revenue target, it determines even the product. You cannot say, oh, because I want to get to 10 million faster, I would rather go sell a single product. I'm going to go to the next page. I would rather sell a single product that is sold at 350 million. For example, we have a product that we sell at 350 million. Because I know that 4% of this equals, what's 4% of this? Equals 3 million. So you're saying you have 1 year to push one product and sell it. Or you can say, oh, because it's high ticket, by the way, if you're in a class, we're going to take a class on high ticket skills at some point. So you want to actually follow us across our social media pages. So when we put that out, you will get it. High ticket, how do you approach transactions like this? Because it's a different skill set in itself. So you want to say, okay, you know what? I don't think I can sell at this moment, but I can do 100 million or 150 or 200. So we say, instead of trying to sell selling the target place in Bristol, I would rather sell a maisonette 220 thereabouts. Can I just sell 2 of this? If I sell 2 of this, what do I? But if you sell 1 of this, what is your commission? 4% of this is about 8.8 million. So it means you only need to sell 2 maisonettes. I don't know if we're getting the. Please let me know. Engage with me. I need to know so that I can go back and forth if you don't understand. So this is where you start from when you set your revenue, and then you now walk back and ask yourself, what property do I need to sell? Now that is one. Let's go back to where we started from. I said, first of all, you need to sell what your revenue target is. And if you're in the class today, I'm going to make this. I'm going to hold on for like a few seconds. Please drop your revenue target. If you're in the class today, I need you to keep dropping your revenue target. Just call the figure, call the name. What's your revenue target we have for the next 1 year? Remember, we're trying to push everybody towards 8 figures. What's your revenue? What are revenue target 1? Give me the figures. Yeah, who has dropped? Somebody has dropped 10. Okay, who else? Push yourself. I need response from you. I need you to drop. I'm waiting. Drop. Is anybody dropping? Drop your figures. Drop your figures. Somebody has dropped 10 million. I'm sure another person is saying, let's look at our social media. Somebody said maybe 14. Who else is dropping? If you're in the class, drop. What is my revenue target? Because this is where we're going to start from. And by the time we tie it to the other 3 numbers, you understand why setting strategic goal or strategic numbers is very, very key. It's very, very important. Let's just move on because of my time. So let's assume that you decide, okay, I want 10 million. And doing 10 million, I just want to focus on selling 2 units of business. Or I want to sell, let me come back here. We said you can sell 1 unit of semi-detached, 1 unit of terrace that is at 330. That value about 12 million plus there. And you say, I want to sell 2 units of business, provide you far more than 10 million. But you can say, look, I want to do smaller ticket because I don't have high tickets. So I would rather focus on selling units that are under 10 or 12 or 15 million. So you want to say, I want to focus on your product on India. The idea is a shopping center, for example. It's sold at about 12 million, 12 to 13 million. Now, what it means is I need to sell at least 10, 15, thereabouts, or slightly above that. So what can I do to sell 15? What's 15 at 12 million? About 16. If I sell 16, that will be roughly about 200 million, right? And then I can earn this particular amount of money. You can see that it starts from first of all setting the number. I still am expecting comments for those who have comments. I want to know what your goal is. Okay, you don't need to mention the name, just give it. Your revenue target was 5 million. So what? Don't worry. Did you achieve it? Please drop the message if you achieve it. If you didn't, part of what we're going to discuss is how do you make sure that it doesn't repeat itself? You achieve the next one. That's part of the target. It's 5 million. So what is your revenue for the next 1 year? Put in there. What is your revenue for the next 1 year? That's what we're going to put there. So let's move on. Now, that means I will still come back to this part of it. So you do, well, going back to this. So we've said, let's assume for the person that did 10 million, I'm still going to come back to you, set this revenue target. Now, the second question, when you're setting your target, your strategic goal is, who exactly do I want to serve? Most people never get to that. You know, if you're for some of us online, I'm sure we run ads a lot of time, right? And when we talk about the product we sell, very few people have gone to that point where they can clearly state these are the customers I want to serve. For example, for me, I've decided the customer I want to serve are between the age of 25 to about 55 thereabout. You know, to 25. In fact, 30 is my cut about. I say plus or minus 5. 30 to 55. That's about 25 years. Who are they? They're educated. They are senior level executive, or who are wealthy individuals who want to buy property. They are married or separated. They have children, usually between 2 to 3 kids. They are the people that like vacation. They like to go to the fine places, good restaurants, good hotels. They are the people you find going for vacation in Kenya, going for vacation in UK. They are usually educated. So you find HR director of a particular company. You have different set of people that way. Those are the customers. This is why this is very important. If you don't define who you want to serve, then you are going to actually have problems in reaching them. So you said the first one is define what your revenue target. I believe most of us are. I don't know if people have dropped one. I want to have, if you're in the class, I need you to start dropping what your revenue target is. The second one is now to define which customer do I want to serve. Define them. We call it customer, it's called customer avatar. Let's go to we got customer avatar or customer profile. That is the second thing. That's the second thing. You want to define them, their age. You want to define them the work they do, work or career. Their earning. How much do you think they earn? And those are just estimates that and then education level, the places they like to visit, the things they like to do, and then the platforms. Where do you find them? Where do they like to congregate? So if you're looking at the people I want to serve, for example, I know I will find a lot of them on LinkedIn. I know I will find a lot of them on Facebook, and some of them on Instagram. The same set of people, 30 to 55 plus or minus 5. I'm not likely to find them on TikTok. Now, I'm not saying I won't find customers on TikTok, but in terms of volume, in terms of concentration, probably will not find them on that particular platform. You can see that we started from saying, I know the revenue target. And because I've set myself, I prefer to do iTicket because it pushes me along the line. I decided which customer do I serve. The customer I want to serve that can give me this revenue are people that the people I want to serve are people that can give me, maybe if I sell 1, 2, 3, because I don't want to actually pursue too many people. So I said my customers are those IM people. I define them by age, I know where they go, I know what they do, I know the career they have, I have an idea of the income level. So the third strategic objective you need to have is what exactly is the reach? Where do I reach them? That is what is it? Where do I reach them? Where are they? Remember when I was actually defining who those customers are, I said I know that I can reach them on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and then some of them on Instagram. Most people never get to that. So because I know that this is where I've defined who the customer is, I know that they are on Facebook, IG, and I said LinkedIn, and maybe a lot of them use YouTube for some. If I get to the point of reach, reach also refers to as distribution. If I'm trying to create my ad, I don't have to go to every platform. I only need to come to the platform where these people exist. That is what it means by distribution. So in distributing the product, in distributing my offer, I'm very clear about what I want, where the platform I'm going to distribute my offer. That's the third part. That is third strategic milestone that you need to have. So now let me take a bit of a break here. because it looks like I'm a bit fast, right? It looks like I'm a bit fast. So how do we break it down? First of all, I think we covered the revenue part very well. And then we said, define who your customer is very clearly. Who do you want to serve? You can't serve everybody. You know, I was reading a particular book, and one of the things please, if I'm too fast, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to just drop it. You are too fast, or it's just okay. I want the class, those in the class. I don't want to leave it to my colleagues alone. If you're in the class, am I too fast? Please let me know. Let me know if I'm too fast. I need more answers. I want to be sure. There's only one or two, right? Just two. I need more answers. If you think it's okay, if I'm too fast, I can slow it down a bit. Whose hand is up? Just drop it. So if I can continue, just put it there. Yeah. So.
Okay. I think this person doesn't know that it is.
Okay. So, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So just drop it. Let me know it's okay. Now, so we understand from revenue, you've sent your 10 million. You understand how to arrive at it using the product you want to sell. You understand the customer you want to serve. And then because you understand the customer you want to serve, you know the platform where you will reach them and distribute your product. So you are not just spreading yourself thin. You understand where you want to focus because that determines everything that you're going to do. So the last part of setting your strategic milestone is the strategy to reach them. What strategy do you want to use to reach them? Because it's not just, so let me take it from there. I really know that I want to earn, let me create a mission. I already know that for me, for example, I said I want to earn, let's use the 10 million. You know, I want to earn 10 million. I know that I want to sell products because I don't want to be pursuing too many. I want to sell products that is in the range of minimum of 200 to 300 million. So that a single sales will take me towards the finish line. Is there an issue? So that's number one. So I already have based on this one. So my next thing is, because this is the product I want to sell, because I know that this is my target, and I know that I need just one or two to get my target. So the customers that can afford to do 2 to 300 million are the ones I know my customers, my customers. Right? I know, including the platform where they exist. Right? The platform where they exist. So my distribution already defined those customers. You know, we mentioned earlier the platform where you can find them. So I'm going to distribute my information, my offer on Facebook. I'm going to distribute on IG. I'm going to distribute on LinkedIn. Then I'm going to try to do a YouTube ad. Now, or I would rather focus on one or two of this for the sake of efficiency so that I can also monitor. You can see what happens when you define this, then it tells you where to distribute. The last part is to say, what other strategy am I going to? Do I want to do a physical meeting? Or even if I'm on digital, do I want to go by just providing information products? What is the strategy for reaching them? I'm going to create, if I start to do information product, I'm going to create an ebook that tells about how do you make decisions about real estate purchase, particularly if you're buying luxury products. And I'm going to run it. And then those who are engaged with to get my free ebooks, I get their details and I can make them the offer. I'm going to do a webinar, or I want to just organize open house. This webinar open house is going on, or I want to just distribute flyer in. If I'm looking at this group, I know that, for example, because my customers attend some of those high-end churches that has a bit of vocal professionals, so I want to distribute my flyer in. I don't want to mention it, but and then just say City of Baby in Redeem. That's one of the eyebrow Redeem church. I want to distribute my flyer in the House of Rock. I want to distribute my flyer in You understand? So that is where I want to distribute my flyer. But you can see how we can track from here. I know the customer, I know the platform where they exist, and I also, these are data platforms: church, hotels, restaurants, events, That is where they are. So my strategy is to meet them on digital platform via information products, podcasts, webinars, or to act open houses, and then physical events is the open houses, and then like distribute flyers in church or distribute brochures in church, or partner with churches where I know I can meet them to organize events that will educate them. So I'm asking the pastor, say, can we do this? It will benefit your way. You can see how, I don't know, let me do this. I'm going to pause again, right? And I need you to drop your comment. And I can see that the class has increased significantly, right? I need you to be sure. I need to be sure. If you're getting value, please drop it. Let's know. Engage with us. It will help, right? If you're getting value, it will help. If you're getting value, it will help. All right. So let's say that if you know all this, you know the figure, you know your customer, you know the platform where you're going to meet them, and you also understand how you want to distribute. The next item is now to define the numbers. There. For those of you who are if this is the first time you're joining this class, I need you to actually go check our video. There are sales. I don't know if that is already posted correctly, right? There's this figure that says 5 sales number that you need to know, because that's part of what you call your tactics, right? That's part of the tactics. There are 5 sales number. There's certain sales number you need to have. Now, remember, when we started, we said we define all these ones. Now, what are those sales numbers that are very important for you? The number 1 is the lead number. Right? The lead number. I'm just going to summarize it, but go look at that video. I'm not going to touch all the numbers. Then you need to have the chart. You need to have the conversion ratio. I'm going to explain on this video. Okay? There are certain numbers. I just summarize them. It's actually about 5 thereabout. But for the sake of this class, we're already way to that time. Now, remember, what is a lead? Somebody who's indicated interest, or potential person who's indicated interest, who can be in your product, or anyone that has a potential of actually purchasing and engaging with you related to products. That's what it means. First thing you need to ask is, I want to achieve my target. We're going to start from here. The first figure we're going to understand is conversion rate. What does it mean? Conversion ratio means that if I generate 200 leads, how many of them would I convert? Most people, including myself and a lot of people listening to me today, the conversion number is usually between 2 to 5%. It means that if you talk to 100 people, let's go to just create conversion ratio. Now, conversion, I think this is correct, right? Ratio is the ratio of the leads you converted leads, to the total leads that you generate, total leads. So if you generate 200 leads and you convert just 2, your conversion ratio is 1%, right? Now, before you think 1% is very low, that is a very good number. Because what it means, you can imagine if you generate 200 leads because you want to sell 170 duplex at 350, that single 1%, or that single, these two people will give you actually 28 million. Because that's 20 million. These 2 people would more than pay for the entire cash you spent and the effort you've done, you will be exerted to actually speak with 200 people. Why is this conversion ratio very important, and why should you take it seriously? Because what this means, most of us look at 2 give you 28 million, right? That's what we look at. What it means is that you would have received 198 no's before you get your 28 million. And remember, it is not these 2 people that gave you 28 million. It is the 200 that gave you 28 million, because for every lead you call, you are getting close to achieving your target. So all of them contributed to the 28 million. What it means technically that each one of these leads is contributing 1.4 million to you. So when you begin to receive the no, and you will receive a lot of no, in fact, One of the hallmark of sales is the no's. So you need to understand that when people say no to you, they are not saying, it's not a validation of your person or your confidence or your skill or your knowledge. It just means they may not be open to the transaction. One, you have not communicated well enough. They are not ready to get into that funnel yet, or they don't want to get into your funnel at that time. The problem with a lot of people is when we get to this point, let's say that whoever is in the class, you listen to me. You speak to number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6 lead, and you are getting the note as 132 leads. You are discouraged and you stop running that because everybody you've spoken to you've not been able to close one. That is one of the gravest errors you will make. Do not do that. Remember, there's always a conversion ratio, and even the best of salespeople will do between 2 to 5%. You can imagine if you're doing high ticket transaction. Let's say I am able to increase my conversion ratio to 5%. It means if I talk to 200 on the average, I will get 5% of 200 is 10. 10 times 300. If I'm selling my product at 300, I'm selling to terraces, that is 3 billion. My 4% is 120 billion. That is how powerful this small margin is. So it knows are part of the journey. It's part of the journey you're going to have. So don't be discouraged about no. And ask yourself, what I'm going to encourage you to do is, as you speak with each client, you want to ask yourself, what would I have done better? What manner of approach would I have adopted? What would I have done? How can I improve my closure? And when you begin to do this, your conversion ratio goes up. So if you know that your conversion ratio is 5%, or let's say 2%, for example, let's go back to when we start talking about the numbers. When we start talking about the number. So you know that your conversion ratio is 2% or 1%. Let's say 1% for most of you that are listening to me. It means that if I want 1 sales, I need to talk to 100 people. So you now, let's go back to the next number is for you to get one sales, you know you need to generate 100 leads, right? Because your conversion ratio is 1%. If your conversion ratio is 2%, you need 50 leads if you want to get 1 customer, you need 50 leads. So you can see how, first of all, understanding what your conversion ratio is helps to determine. So let's say I'm going to use this example. My conversion rate is 1%. I know that I'm selling high ticket. I need 100 people to sell 1. So to sell 1, that will give me 14 million. So I come here and say, I need 100 leads. So the good thing about once you understand the number of leads you have is that you can go to all the digital platforms and set it. You set your budget. If you look at for those of us who have set up, we're going to have a conversation around how do you run digital media ads? How do you create digital ads? We have a team that can actually teach that excellently. How do you run digital media ads? When you're setting it, what you will notice, they will tell you, based on the budget that you've given, this is the number of leads that you can get, right? This is the number of leads. So you cannot say, okay, I want to spend 5,000 per day. I want to sell 10,000 per day. I want to sell 20,000 per day. And that is how you set it. So you understand that I need 100 to get 1. So you come here and say, I want to generate 100 leads. So on the digital platform, it's very easy, very structured. You can do that. You now take it from there, you create your company, and then go and attack the leads. And you can decide, okay, I'm going to get 100 leads online, but what I'm also going to do, I'm going to partner with a particular church, a particular club, a particular hotel, and then I'll try to generate another 50 to 100 leads from that. So you have a total of 200. Try to use 1%. You're going to get 2 leads from that. Now, for those of you, do not think that, oh, this is just, we're just saying it. Sales is a game of number. It means that if you actually look at the number, understand the number, study the number, and you will realize that there is a pattern to everything you do. There are frameworks, there are conversion rates that is constant for everybody. It differs. I might have 5, Tammy might have 2, Jennifer might have 15%, Corinne might have 30%. But if you look at, there's always statistical accuracy in terms of conversion. So you need to first of all understand what yours is, and then you can walk back and say, if this is my conversion rate, what is the number of leads I need to generate? So let's assume you understand it. It's 2%, right? Or 3%. So you want to say it's 2%, I need to generate 200 people to sell this one. If you're selling the 10 million or 12 million naira product, you know that you need 10 products to actually hit your target. So, and since your conversion rate is just 2%, for every 100 you get 2, that means you need to generate minimum of 500 leads before you get the number of. So that's on the short term. The other one is your nurture number. Nurture number. Most people never understand the concept of nurture number. Now, because of the big ticket transaction real estate is involved with, sometimes it takes a while before you're able to close. Or you would have spoken to someone and they don't buy, and then most people will just ignore and then they go away and then they keep looking for new people. One of the things you need to take seriously is your nurture number. Nurture number simply means how many emails, how many phone numbers do you have in your database, and then it's not just to have them in your database, it's to now nurture them. And how do you nurture them? You need to sit down and say, what is my strategy? Anybody I capture their details, even if they're not buying at the moment, or even if they bought, every week, I want to provide one information product to them. I want to expose them to one decision-making tool. I want to expose them to one offer that might benefit them. And then you can create a nurture plan for 6 months. If you are listening to me today and you are a realtor and you've not been able to do that, you need to take a look at what your strategy is and ask yourself, what is my nurture structure and what is my nurture number? And one of the things you will notice about nurture number is every week, every month, you must be growing this nurture number. It means that if you generate 100 leads, 98 say no. That means the 98 that said no are coming into your nurture system. It means you've grown by 98 leads, 98 nurture numbers that particular way. And you keep building on it. What you realize, if you are consistent with your nurture system, you will end up increasing. One way to increase your conversion rate is by continuing to build your nurture system, your nurture school, and then increasing your nurture number. Because as more people engage with you across your nurture pathway, your nurture funnel, they begin to trust you more. And that's part of what I'm doing as I'm speaking to you. Because the more you engage with a product, the more you engage with that information product, the more value we're able to create to you. You are inside and nurture funnel. It's easier to say, oh, I've been listening to this guy, and then let me just go. So it's not about the new people you are generating again. Someone will just approach you and say, let me buy from this guy that has nurtured me till date. Of course, they're not going to use the word nurture. You can see how this system works. So if you're listening to me today, you need to first of all say, what is my conversion rate? If you don't have the conversion rate, you've never studied what your conversion rate is. What you want to do is to say, you know what, my conversion rate is 0. That's what I'm going to pick. And then to walk around, I need 200-300 leads. And then I want to start building my nurture funnel. And really, you don't need any complicated system to build your nurture funnel. You can use your spreadsheet. You can use MailChimp. MailChimp has a free version that allows you to send how many emails? Tons of emails, even on the free version. Yeah, I'm sure. So you want to actually build your email database. You want to build your SMS database. And then it's cheap to maintain and to nurture, to create a nurture system that will take people throughout that system. So we've talked about managing. Those are where were we? Yeah. I think we've covered. Those are your sales number. Those are the tactics for your sales number. Now let's just quickly move on to the last element. You know, there's something that a lot of salespeople don't understand. That building a brand. It was one concept that I struggled with. I'm just beginning to realize how valuable it is. You know, building your own brand as an individual is one of the most important elements of your success, almost of your success. Now, if you look at what is the brand, significantly, before I move on to, we can't go into the details of what a brand is in this lesson because I think we've already even exceeded the time. So I'm sure that we have specialists on this team that can take us through the concept of brand building. What is a brand? But this is what I'm going to say, that positioning is the most important element in real estate sales because people need to see you as a person of authority. They need to see you as a person they can trust. They need to see you as somebody who understands what they're going through. Empathy is also back. But empathy is not feeling sorry or feeling emotion or feeling mushy. Empathy is actually looking at the other person and asking, what is the best decision for this person? This can I help that person to define it, to achieve what is best for them? So positioning. So you need to ask yourself, how do I want people to look at it? If you decide that I need people to look at, and there are different structures to the perception of you, the position of you. I'm sure some of us know people trying to position into real estate. There's this guy called who talks about real estate, he's a lawyer, does borderline comment. Yeah, you'll be shocked that increasingly people who want to talk real estate can reach out to him, but he does most of it with comedy stuff. There are other brands, people that you go online, you want to listen to serious conversation about real estate. There are people you reach out to because you know that they have conversations around being a realtor to succeed. There are people you reach out to because they know how to manage it. If I mention certain aspects, for example, if I mention personal finance, I'm sure you can, if I ask you to mention 3 names, people can mention about 2, 3 names and say, oh, I want to listen to this person because they've positioned themselves to it. If you're a realtor and you want to build scale to 10, 8, 9, 10 figures, you need to start asking yourself, how do I want to be perceived? Part of what we're doing is we want to perceive as an organization that has value. That is why we're here. We want to actually attract high quality realtors like you. That is actually why we're here. If you get value from this space, you want to engage with us more. And that is why we're here. The same thing for you. And you need to ask me, how do I want to position? And how do I want to perceive me? And then go out there and start educating in that line. If you want to be perceived as a person of authority, when they are buying commercial properties, shops, then you want to start talking about shops. You want to start engaging about shops. If you are looking at luxury and they are brokerage firms, if I mention their name, they deal only luxury. The same thing for you. You need to ask them what percentage, what positioning do I want? Now, that is, what the signal is we're really out of. I want to say this, right? We apologize that we've taken much more than the time we should take. It means that we may have to stop at this one because a number of our people want to go back to work. It's a break time. If you are okay, if you've got so much value, please let me know. Once you get those things, part of what you want to do is to start asking, what do I do next? I think for me, so that you can get more information, you can get more knowledge, we're going to drop, for those who are in the class and for those who are across the social media platform, we're going to drop a link that allows you to join a realtor so that you can get more of those information. We can keep engaging, we can keep providing value to you. I want to get a bit of feedback. That's been a class. I like your comment now. Has been a class. We'll take 1 or 2 questions, and then the rest we can direct them to the group. If you're already in the group, let us know. But for those who are not in that group, please send the link, post the link across the platforms that we have, post it on the routers, on the webinars, in the webinar room. I like your feedback. That's been a class for you. If it's been interesting, let me know. Give us your review. And then the other thing I like it for, we have tens of people in this class at the moment. I like you to post, follow us across our social media pages at CASAFINA TV. That's on YouTube, because this video is going to be posted, right? And then apart from this video, you find more interesting video. We do a lot of live. So for those of you that want to follow me directly, you can find at Dr. Olufemi on Facebook, Dr. Olufemi Sheyi on Instagram, and same thing for LinkedIn. You can follow me, and of course you can engage directly with me there, and then you can also join our realtor if you want to learn more about sales. Also, so I'd like to say thank you for taking the time to be here. Do we have questions that we want to take? If there are no questions. So if you have a question, this is the time to drop your question. If this has been of value, I'd like you to do me a favor. Please let me know. I would like to have your review. What else do you think we could have covered? If there are no questions, it means that it's either I've spoken so well that you understand everything, or I've said so much rubbish that you don't understand anything I said, so you can't even ask a question. Or maybe you just joined the class and you left it to go for your meeting. So, guys, I need you to ask your question. Ask your question. Ask your questions. Ask your question. What are the questions? Sorry?
Thank you, sir. It's been fantastic. Everything you said has been fantastic. Sorry, there's a question. One just came in now.
Okay, is that question, Alan? Thank you. Just drop your comment if this has been of value. If you have question, drop it, please. Now let's read the question.
In an era where consumer values and expectations are constantly shifting, how can a brand maintain a consistent and strong positioning while simultaneously evolving to remain relevant without alienating its core identity or loyal customer base?
Let me rephrase the question so that I'm sure I understand it very well. You are saying that how do you maintain your identity and core values and still be relevant because of the changing nature, the dynamics, maybe from Gen Z to Gen Alpha to millennials, right? How do you maintain consistency? Is that the question? That's the question.
Without alienating your core identity or your loyal customer base.
Yeah, that's the question. Now, I'm going to start this way that values don't change. So, for example, no matter how technologically savvy we are, the concept of love, friendship, empathy, those things that make a life go round, it would never change. So, irrespective of algorithm or whatever is going on, if you have those core values related to your customer, you want to keep providing value, the best of value. You want to do everything in favor in favor of the customer. You want to serve your customer appropriately, promptly. You want to apologize and try to make up when you have errors in your service or gaps in your service. If your business is built on those ones, those are never changing. The platform that you deliver better service can change. The distribution means can change. The gadgets you use can change. But those core are the ones you need to clarify will never change, no matter whether you are dealing with Gen Z or millennials. How you talk to them can change. You understand? So that is where you should start from. You should start from those intangibles that connotes service, that connotes empathy, that connotes love, that connotes all those things. Build your business around that. I will tell you this, as I become more experienced in business, I'm realizing that those things are actually going on. So I'm trying to correct some of those errors that we've made or that I've made as an individual. It's tough. But when you base it on that, those ones will change. Your core value should be based on that. I don't know if these are sense. Your platform can change. Respect, for example, whether the person is online or physically. Before, maybe it must be physical, but now it's online, right? So that is one way. Go build your business around those core values. It doesn't change. I don't know if I've answered. Please, if you are clear, just let me know. Let me know.
We have another question. I want to know more. I'm a realtor. You know you were going to talk about the main purpose for the meeting at the end of the. But I would want to know how I can see.
Who's projecting this one? Because I'm thinking I need to
She was.
No.
She asked me to ask
Oh.
question. So this person says, I want to know exactly how I can seal deals higher.
One way to seal deal, there are two ways. There's something called quantity and quality. Quantity and quality metrics. You need to improve on both. Quantity metrics is if you want more leads to come to you so that you can talk to more people and close more. So that's the quality metric. So you want to step up your ad, you want to step up your online engagement, you want to step up your outreaches. That's one. It's still the same traditional. And then quality. The thing with quality is this. We attract quality, right? We attract quality. So start positioning yourself as the go-to person. Become a realtor of quality. And how do you become a realtor? Knowledge is the number one fact. So you want to ask yourself, what more can I know about the field where I'm doing? How better can I be? How more of an expert can I become? When you become this one, you will attract more quality in terms of potential clientele. There are realtors that the people who approach them would approach them with, please come and help. When you get to that point, you can actually double your sales without much of effort. But while you are building expertise, you're building brand name, you're building positioning that attracts quality, you want to double down on the quantity. So you want to spend more time prospecting, whether digitally through paid ads, through conversations, through podcasts, and then through physical engagement. That is how you can actually double down or increase whatever it is that you're doing. I don't know if I've answered that question. Yeah, what would I consider? It's a two-step approach, not a single element. If you're needy, they're just starting. Your best bet, I'm telling you, you don't have any network, you don't have anything. Your best bet is digital platforms. That's what I usually encourage you. It's easier, it's more control, and then you can set your budget. The second leg of this is referral. Everybody that's engaged with you want to manage them, you want to work with them, so that even if they don't buy, they leave with a good feeling and refer them to you. I made that mistake personally, and I wish I'd given gotten that. I would have been 10 times better as a realtor, right? So, generating digital platform. Second, that you must build into your system, and let me address it. If you are prospecting as a salesperson, you must build a referral into your sales conversation. So you are saying, look, I want you to buy these and so on. You have conversation, you take them to site. You want to make it systematic that everybody that comes across the path, that can you refer one person to me? Or would you mind referring, even if you are not buying? Now that you know you are not buying, can you help me with 2 names amongst your circle that will buy from me? If you do that, I can guarantee that you will keep having better, more quality. And because they are coming at the referral, your chance of closing them is. So when you speak with somebody on the phone, you want to do it respectfully, do it in a way that adds value to them, because you are listening, not just talking. A lot of salespeople make that mistake. Somebody gets on you into your funnel, you pick the number of the person, you want to say everything about the product without asking, what are you looking at? What is your goal? What do you want to achieve? When you do that, and they know you genuinely care, then you can ask them to refer their customers to you. So I consider that the most effective strategy for lead generation for newbies. I don't know if I've answered that question on Lakuni. I think I've answered. The other thing is, I was saying that we're going to offer the $20 marketing credit for one person for your first ad. Those are all the questions, right? Yeah, I think we've answered all the questions. So we want to do that. So what are the criteria? How do you want to decide who wins the $20 ad credit? That's about 30-something thousand, right? First of all, one major criteria is that the person must be a member of a realtor community. You understand? Must be a member of a realtor community. So even if we have to now do a virtual card that is loaded, that they can use and connect, we just pass the details to them and find out to do that. So that's the first criteria. So I'm sure Timmy, our community manager, would also. What other criteria? Yeah, okay. The second criteria is you must be following us across our social media pages, Facebook, IG, LinkedIn, and YouTube particularly. Okay, so they will drop that. Please drop the criteria. First of all, you must be a member of our realtor community. 2, you must be following our social media pages. Is there any other thing? Please let's drop it there so that they know. I'd like you to say thank you if there are no more questions, right? Is there any other question? Thank you for being part of this session. We hope to see you next time. Oh, because of our own brethren. Thank you. I think we're done. Tim, you want to take it from there?
Okay, so Timmy will be coming up, our community manager at CASAFINA Development. She'll be giving us details about CASAFINA Realtors Network. So please don't leave yet. Let's listen to her. We have some special offers.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. I'm sure we had an amazing time. I don't know about you. I had an amazing time. It was really insightful. And we have got to learn strategies and ways that we can have 8-figure realtors. So what you want to do right now for me, before I'm speaking to you about adversary, he did attend to that question. The question about how to seal deals higher. I believe that was your question. He did attend to it. So maybe when the recording is dropped, you would have to go back to watch the replay and see when he answered to that question. Thank you so much, adversary, for joining. So as I was saying, while I'm speaking to you and introducing to you the community, you can just drop in the comment section for me the Q&A, what you learned in this class, what stood out for you. What is your takeaway from this class? We've heard a lot. It's important to implement. You have to implement. So let us know what you're taking away. And don't forget to follow us across our social media platforms and all of that. So introducing CASAFINA Realtors Network. CASAFINA Realtors Network is a community of over 300 realtors who are closing mega deals and selling CASAFINA projects, right? So in CASAFINA, we offer off-plan projects, and we have a community of realtors that sell on our behalf to their clients, and they get a percentage as commission. But beyond that, the community is such a beautiful place for realtors that are looking to connect and network with top industry leaders, with amazing networking opportunities, events, platforms to grow your own real estate business. CASAFINA Realtors Network is the place you want to be. So the link has been shared in the Q&A. Just click that link and join the community. If you want to be a partaker of that offer that we laid out as regards the virtual card for your art, you have to be a part of that community. And currently, the big deal, I think I'll need a drum roll for this, right? We have an amazing incentive ongoing for you to win a free trip to Rwanda, right? So one of our off-plan projects is called Iliaje, situated at Ojota. It's a commercial plaza, right? A commercial building, right? It's a building of over 250 shops, yes, at Ojota, a prime location at Ojota, just behind MRS filling station, right? So we are running an incentive on that if you sell at least two units of Iliaje, you get and stand a chance to win a free trip to Rwanda. I know you want to be a part of that, but we have terms and conditions that apply. So only CASAFINA Realtors. It's only open to CASAFINA Realtors. So I need you to click that link, join the community. More information about that will be shared across to you, and we will take it from there. So I think that is all from my end. Thank you so much. You've been an amazing audience throughout this webinar. We hope to see you soon for other webinars. Have a good day. Back to you, Adesua. Thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone for joining the webinar today. We're happy to have hosted you. So yeah, that'll be the end of the webinar. If you have questions for us, please don't hesitate to drop them on the group chat, on the webinar group chat, on the Realtors group chat. Thank you very much.